Hey everyone, welcome back to Remake Series Part 2. So today we are redrawing something from 2019 and we're going to draw it to current day 2023. 4-year difference, 4 years. And as you can see, it has life here written by me, I think. And I think this is written by my sister. And I think those are fairies. And there's a girl standing. And the year. And some grass. And so that is what we'll be drawing. And I am going to start with the amazing hair. And instead of using a notebook, like in the last video, I'm going to be using a sketch pad. At least I think that's what this is called. Anyways, we are going to start with the magnificent hair. It's beautiful. But the colors might be a bit different. What I mean by that is I'm going to have like more colors and not just this. Because I have a lot of colors, that I could use. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, I have started with the hair as I said I would. Alright, and they actually look pretty different. I decided to make it a bit more wavy, as you can see. And it looks a bit different, as you know. And now let's pick some of the colors. This time I'm going to pick a bit more natural colors, but they're all going to be this free colors, like in the drawing. So that's going to be our darkest, the one on top here, maybe. And then we're going to want a bit brighter. They look different. No. Okay, here we go. That's a bit different. There we go. And let's see. Okay, we are going to include some black. It's going to be a blackish brown. So I think where everything's going to go is the black's going to be on top. And this time we're going to make it look like shading instead. And so that means this color will be where the red is. And this color will be where the blue is. So, let's get started with amazing coloring. Okay, I'm going to put these right here. There we go. And 3, 2, 1. And there we go. We have added the black. And as you can see, I've tried to make it a bit kind of shading. And our next color will be this. Alright, let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. So, I don't think we're going to be able to do this color of the hair until last. And the reason is because it's not really finished. Because I'm not exactly sure how the backpack part is going to go. Because I want to make this as similar as possible. But kind of different, So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish drawing the amazing outline, okay? And, and, bum, 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 bum. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. I have made the outline, and instead of having the fairies just standing there next to her, I decided that she would kind of be like having them like floating from her hand. Maybe have some sort of like magic particles. But because we're mainly working on her, just so you guys know, I only did the top half. But because we're only working on her right now, the fairies and the ground and everything will be last. Alright. Now, let's finish the beautiful hair. Alrighty, we have finished the amazing, beautiful hair. And now, I think I'm going to make the face a bit similar. Maybe, I think. I'm going to mainly, keep the freckles mainly, The eye, I'm not sure about, but the mouth is going to be the same. That's what I do know. And now, we're going to put these beautiful colors away. And what we're going to need now is to get a blue for that. So this won't be entirely original. And a red for her amazing backpack, which I finally drawn. And I decided that we're going to keep this black. Change my last minute. Well, this is a different black, but actually this is a type of blackish blue, I think. And that's what we're going to use for the lower part here. and some black for the shoes. But I will not be getting that out yet for unknown reasons. Anyway, let's get on with the face. Alrighty, so I've made the face, and I decided to color it in because it's really hard when you draw something and then put color on top of it. It kind of just smudges it all together, you know. And because this skin color is just left a plain white and not really a skin color, I kind of tried to give her a really, really light skin color, as I'm hoping you can see. I also kind of finished her sleeve there. Anyway, now I don't think I'm going to be able to do any sort of details on her backpack. So I'm going to do the shirt right now, okay? And I'll add any details, and then we'll move on to the coloring. Got it? Okay. Alrighty, so I have added the details. I decided to give her some sort of stripes, so that way I would give a combination of the two blues that we have. And I think that would be a really good idea. And I think I may be able to add a few details for the backpack, but for now, let's just color in the shirt, okay? Good. Yeah. Let's go on with the coloring. Alright, so I've decided not to add any details to the backpack. And it turns out that the blue we're using actually is a bit different than expected, you know, because I was expecting it to be a bit darker. Ended up being more like that. I also tend to blended the two colors together right there. As you can see, the two colors. Anyway, I'm going to start working on her legs because currently she's a floating person. And, yep. Let's get on with that. Alrighty, so I've finally given her some sort of legs and amazing feet. Oh, and just so you guys know, I might have not explained this when I did do the face, but the reason for the eyes to be the reason for the eyes being kind of slanted and look all sad is basically to represent her angelicness and how sweet and how much of an angel she is. I kind of like to think of her like that, because in this one she just seems sort of more surprised, you know, to see this, or confused. But in this one, she basically just seems more, you know, angelic and nice and sweet. Anyways, let's get on to the beautiful legs. Alright, so I've colored in her legs, and I found some black to use for her shoes. Also, I made the ground, I also drew the ground and made sure it wasn't as, let's just say, wobbly as this one's ground, you know? Anyways, I'm going to add the amazing fairies and color them in, which will be a bit of a time skip, but I know it'll be worth it, okay? Okay. Alright, so I've drawn the first fairy, and instead of being a red color, I made her pink with a little bit of yellow. I tried to make her wings a bit kind of fiery, but I don't think that really worked out well, you know? Anyways, instead of giving them the classic long hair going through the wings, I think I'm going to give them each a different type of hairstyle. For this one, it's going to have short hair, you know? Anyways, let's move on to the next amazing fairy, which because it's kind of a blue color, I think I'm going to make it sort of water fairy, you know? Anyways, let's get started with that. Alright, so I've drawn the water fairy, and I tried to make it look like she had kind of two wings for the fire fairy, a little bit of an update. Anyways, so I tried to give her more a wavy texture, you know, her no dress kind of looks more wavy in the wings. You can't really see the hair, so I'll probably work on that while I'm doing the next fairy. Instead of being a black dark fairy and everything, I'm going to try to make it maybe a green fairy, you know? And I think that'd be really, really cool idea, you know? Anyways, let's get started. Alright, so I did the earth fairy. Instead of having the darkness and then, okay. Instead of having it go from darkness to light, I did it to light to dark. And I kind of curl instead of going upwards. A curl, you know? I also made it so you can see her beautiful hair. It's a bit more visible. Also, now I'm going to do the grass and add some final touches, okay? Good. Okay, so the finishing touches are taking me a while. So, for the time being, let's just admire the beautiful past. My amazing cursive, or what I thought was cursive. Nadia's true cursive. The fairies, and poor little Mary acting all surprised. And the weird wavy ground. This was 4 years ago, guys. I think I have evolved by a lot. And if I haven't, then the world has gone mad. Alright, now let me get back to work. Alright, so I have finished adding all the finishing touches. But before we do that, let's take a minute and admire the past. Admire it. Admire it. The wavy ground. 4 years ago. The beautiful fairies. Me not knowing how to actually spell the name Mary and just taking this from Merry Christmas. My version of cursive. And my sister being way better than me. And now, a jump scare. I know, it's scary. We've jumped. How far in the future? Oh, that's right. 4 years. Anyways, now let's compare these side to side. Alright, so this is poor little Mary, so sweet, she's an angel. And this is our new version of Mary. Got natural hair, and she looks much more angelic, and not all surprised. And our fairies, instead of black, blue, and red, we have a fire fairy, an earth fairy, and a water fairy. And it kind of made it look like there's like particles coming out of our hands. And in the grass, we've got some flowers, some actual color. This is above the grass, and it's just plain nothing. And this actually is much better. Then I kind of made it like look like a sunset, and then like a moon coming in to kind of like blend the colors. And what I mean by that is, like, in a future video, when I get the chance, I'm going to do this sky. I don't care how long it takes. I will do this sky because I think it would be really fun to just like blend it all together, you know? Anyway, so we have evolved 4 years into the future. We have actually made a lot of progress from that to that. 2019, we loved you, but now you're gone. So we have to deal with the future. 2023. It's been 4 years, and I've finally redrawn this after all these years. And in my opinion, it's much better. Like, way better. If this is not better, then my life's a lie, 'cause this looks way better. Anyways, thanks for watching, and there will be a part 3 of Remake series. Bye!